sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
So they tried to break the door, and what happens?
Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand, and poured Lot into the house, poured the house to them, and shut to the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
So the angels in a moment grabbed Lot and brought him into the house quickly, and smited the people in the front that was pressing on the house with blindness immediately. Read on.
Both small and great. So they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said,
so here it is, they're blind and still trying to get in. Now, if you done blinded me, that should be enough to say, you know what, I don't think I need to be a part of this here. I'm going home and try to get my sight together. No. This is the aggression of this inordinate spirit. It's saying, listen, I'm going to feel my way up in here. So what happens next? Read.
Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides, son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters? And whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place.
Read it again.
And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides, son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters?
He said, whatever you have, do what?
And whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Most High.
He said, listen, if there's anyone that's right in your family, get them packed to get up out of this place. Because we're going to destroy this place. This is what this place has become. You notice that this same spirit have been exalted in this earth today. They'll press on and press on and press on. You would think that the civil rights of Martin Luther King and the spraying of dogs and people being hung, you would think that the civil rights that our people died for was actually set up so that homosexuals can have rights. You see how they done switched the whole civil right thing, and they was able to do this meticulously and slick. The way they did it was they started making anybody into a minority group, knowing that the Civil Rights Act give rights to minorities. So now they can turn a sexual class into a minority group to get funds, to get protection, to get rights. This is what happened. And now they become your judges, your doctors, your educators. They took certain seats, started in the hub in San Francisco where the Bohemian Grove is. That used to be the homosexual hub. Then they moved to Washington, D.C. That became the homosexual hub. You think that's a coincidence? Two of the most influential places in the United States became hubs for homosexuals. Starting with San Francisco where the Bohemian Grove is, where they sacrificed to the Owl Moloch. And then Washington, D.C. Then they started taking little cities, getting prominent positions in Washington, and changing laws and getting protection. Then they started financing like the Ellen DeGeneres and the what's the other girl, the Rosie O'Donnell. They started financing homosexuals, but they was doing it slick. They didn't want to use the man because the man was just out there. So they started using women, white homosexual women, okay, to get the positions that were originally slated for blacks through civil rights. Now a white woman is considered a minority. This is how they did this. This is how they did this. Now let's finish going over this because I don't want to go too far off the beaten path. Read on.
Verse 14. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place.
Read it again.
And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law.
So he went to his sons-in-laws, read.
Which married his daughters.
Which married his daughters, to show you he had other daughters besides the two he was given to them. So he was willing to give up two more to protect the angels. Read.
And said, Up, get ye out of this place, for the Most High will destroy this city.
For the Most High. Now here it is. Lot is operating like a modern day prophet during his time. He's now warning the people that the Most High told him to warn. Read.
But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
Genesis 18 and what?
14.
Genesis 19 and 14, right? Genesis 19 and 14. He seemed as one that did what?
That mocked unto his sons-in-law.
So here it is. It seems like he was mocking them. You know when you bring truth to someone and they laughing and using jest and trying to act like you're not saying anything. This is how they were treating him. And the angels just told him, listen, man, we're going to burn this place down. Read.
Verse 15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
He said, if you don't get up out of this place, you will be consumed with the iniquity, with the sins of this city. Now, mind you, Abraham asked, if there was 10 right, would you save this city? And if you don't believe that America is modern day Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah, look around. You have to convince people that the laws in the Bible stands. I'm talking about regular church-going Christians. And there's a time limit on that place, just as there was a time limit on Sodom and Gomorrah. And we're going to show that. Read.
Verse 16. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, and the Most High being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth, and set him without the city.
So they took them out of the city. Read.
Verse 17. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth aboard, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
He said, don't even look behind you. Keep going. Don't look back, lest you will be consumed. Now, until this day, if you go into that region, this is how you know the Bible is real. That region right now, if you go there, the mountains have sulfur on them, as if it was baked in an oven. Like you can actually take your fingers and chip off the sulfur and the ashes off of rock, as if that whole area was placed in an oven. Till this day. Read.
Verse 18.
Your Bible dictionary.
And the Most High said unto them.
Go ahead. Give me your Bible dictionary. Go ahead. Okay, and the Most High said unto him what?
Excuse me. And Lot said unto them, O not so, my Lord. Behold now, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing, that I will not overthrow this city, for the which thou hast spoken. Verse 22. Hast thee escaped thither, for I cannot do anything till thou become thither. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. And the Most High rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Most High out of heaven.
Read it again.
Then the Most High rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
Brimstone and fire came out of heavens. Read.
Verse 25. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew up upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him.
His wife did what?
But his wife looked back from behind him.
The reason his wife looked back is because she had daughters back there. And her spirit was still back there. She liked things in that particular place. That's all she knew. It was Sodom. And what happened to her?
And she became a pillar of salt.
She became a pillar of salt. Hold that. In the Zondervan Bible Combat Dictionary, they got a picture that's near the Dead Sea off the land of Zoar, exactly where the scripture said she turned into a pillar of salt. And on page 329, it shows the pillar of salt, which is the rock. That's her right here. As you can see, the rock is actually sticking out of regular rock. It's not anything like a mountain or part of a mountain. That's where she turned into a pillar of salt, and you can see that till this day. You can look at it. It's there to this day as proof. That's Lot's wife. There she is. And you tell me the Bible is not real. Will she ever change back at the end? I'm not the judge of the judgments of the Most High. Okay? Of course the History Channel wouldn't talk about that because they don't want to tell people the truth, so you'll know that the Bible is 100% real, 100% right and correct. Okay? And if you can discredit the Bible or try to say the Bible is not correct, then you can live lawless and you don't care about consequence. So the majority of people that are in control right now are I'm going to tell you, they are mad. You have mad scientists, mad people in charge. And that brings us to Luke 17. Go to Luke 17. And get me
Verse 28.
Yeah, start at 28.
St. Luke, chapter 17, verse 28.
Start at 27.
Verse 27. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the days that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded.
You notice that? People, there's new construction coming up. You can still look at a good basketball game, a good football game. You can still go to Fridays and